What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up to all my movie heads and my movie fan base out there? The Movie Man is back, and I'm here to give my review of Spider-Man 3. Yeah, we're going into the movie that everybody hates, except me. Let's first start out with the movie that was released in 2002 on May 3rd. Of course, Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, and William Dafoe. Spider-Man 2, June 30th, 2004, with Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst. And of course, Spider-Man 3, which was released on May 2007, which stars Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, James Franco, Topher Grace, Thomas Hayden Church. Before I break down the movie and its characters, let me give you some background and synopsis of the story. Peter Parker, which is played by Tobey Maguire, and MJ, Mary Jane Watson, which is played by Kristen Dunst, have a complicated history in the first Spider-Man and the second Spider-Man, and now the third. And I'm just going to break it down later, but I don't like this Mary Jane. I'm going to tell you why later. Their love relationship, if that's what you want to call it, is very complicated. And as you know, Peter finds a symbiote that fell from the sky and attaches himself to the suit, and it gives him enhanced power and enhanced strength, and also gives him a different side of a dark personality. And he has to battle two supervillains, which is Sandman, which is played by Thomas Hayden Church, and he also has to battle Venom, which is played by Topher Grace from the '70s show. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Spider-Man 1 and 2. This is James Franco's character, Harry Osborn, and yes, he's a hobgoblin now. This is the hobgoblin. The photo you're looking at is a hobgoblin. But before that, in Spider-Man 1, he was just a regular high school kid, rich kid from Norman Osborn. As you see here, Norman Osborn, which is being played by none other than legendary actor William Dafoe. He's actually a good guy here. He turns very much insane when he mixes a potion that has reptilian DNA over like a billion years, literally, and he injects it himself because he works for a military company that's looking for a weapon, basically. And basically, in no uncertain terms, he becomes the Green Goblin. This is where he becomes deranged. He's actually, this scene is when he's talking in a mirror to himself. And before that, he took a reptilian DNA sample that's over literally millions of years old of DNA. He works for a military company, and he owns Oscorp, of course. He's the president of Oscorp. Because of this incident, they ousted him, and they took him off the board, and this is where he becomes deranged. And let me be real with you, the reason I'm sharing the photo is because so much movies, especially Warner Brothers, try to cast him as the Joker. And I can't blame them. Look at him. he's, he's pretty much deranged. Wow. Back to Harry over here. He develops a hatred for Spider-Man because in the first Spider-Man, the Goblin gets killed. Actually kills himself, basically. Peter finds out he's the Goblin in the last scene. He didn't even know it was Harry's father. And before that, Harry's relationship with Peter was kind of strained up and down because of Mary Jane Watson, which again, I don't like her here. She's actually, to me, she's a slut. I'm gonna blatantly say she's a slut. How she plays the Friends and Flash and all of them is just, it's just a joke. It's a joke. Mary Jane Watson's a joke. Anyway, he becomes his vengeance fuel persona, and he takes the same DNA that his father took, the return DNA of the Goblin, but it makes him better. This one's faster, stronger. He's better than the Green Goblin, which turns him into this, the Hobgoblin. And I'm thinking the Hobgoblin. I like the Hobgoblin from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was better. That was the best. Up here, right beside his ear. Look at this dude. If they did this to James Franco character, this would have been so ill. Look at him, bro. I just love the look of this character. They really did the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know that's very underrated too, and some people hate it, some people love it. But the character arc of this is so fascinating. I just love the look. Still up here. I'm up here, right up there. There you go. Anywho, as I said before, if this was this kind of character, I would have loved it. I would have loved that look on him. That look was so ill. But if you don't know, they were trying to sell toys. So this actually looks like the toy that it was trying to sell. So if you don't know that most comic book movies are based off toys, that's why they will never go by the character comic book arc. It's all about selling toys, guys. I told you this many times before. The movie companies only care about the merchandise. Only the merchandise. Even Jack Nicholson asked for half the merchandise from doing Batman 1989. And they gave it to him, but they didn't think the movie was going to make any money. Stupid them. He took in, that dude made over 40 something to 50 million more dollars on merchandise alone. Kid you not, look it up, Google it. Jack Nicholson was a smart actor. Anyway, the reason why I like Spider-Man 3 is because from Spider-Man 1 and 2, the storyline of these two, Peter and Harry, comes to a finale, a fatality end. I love it. I love this because it builds up. A lot of people hate this, but to me, this movie builds up. It builds up in such a way that the character arc from Harry and Peter, and in the middle, MJ. Okay, yes, and I'm going to get into why I think MJ to me is a true villain. Hey, I'm down here now. First of all, let me be real with you. I did not like the casting of Kristen Dunst in this movie. I'm going to be real, and I'm not trying to be very evil in my say so on this, but Mary Jane Watson is beautiful. I know what Sam Raimi was trying to do. He was trying to make Mary Jane Watson more realistic. But come on, I wish they would have kept to the comic books and just made her beautiful, because Kristen Dunst is just, yeah, she's, I'm not getting into it. The reason why I don't like the character is because she played Harry and Peter against each other. She played them. When in this movie, in the scene in Spider-Man 3, Peter wasn't there for her because he just found out that a person who killed his uncle wasn't the person that did it at all. It was the Sandman. Okay, and I'm not going to get into that part because that would give the whole movie away. But the ending will speak for itself. He's going through that. Okay, he's going through being broke. He still lives in a rat-infested apartment. His life, Spider-Man arc, I said before in the comic books, his arc literally is like, the writers and everybody just gives this guy a bad life. You think Batman would have a bad life, but not Peter Parker. Peter Parker is the go-to kickdown person. Okay, Mary Jane could have easily not kissed Harry. She kisses him in this movie. She kisses him, and remember, she kind of played him in Spider-Man 1 because she went to Peter, and and because she did that, it triggered the Goblin in Harry, and he does this outrageous stuff that leads to they have about 2 battles in this film, and I love it. A lot of people downgraded this movie. They downgraded the character arc. Not me. This is just beautiful movie making at its finest. And I was very, very invested in this character, in Mary Jane character, in Harry's character, and Peter's character. Even Aunt May. I was so invested in these characters because I liked them from Spider-Man 1 and 2. And remember, Peter's going through a lot of personality changes because of the symbiote suit. And I wish they would explain where it came from. Like, not the planet, but it just fell from the sky. I think that was just bad writing on Sam Raimi's part. But here you can see him not being easy on any enemy he touches. Okay? This is where he bonds with the symbiote for the first time. And it brings up every personality in him. And more dark personality. He's more he's more attracted to the women and basically got more confidence, more everything. I just love the fact that they built up the story arc. And a lot of people, and a lot of critics have said the story arc for this is garbage, which I say, shut up. This, from Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Sam Raimi told a great story. He built up the story arc. He built up the characters. He made you invest in Peter Parker, just like you invest in Spider-Man. And I honestly wish they would do that with Tom Holland character. I know he's a new Spider-Man, but I wish they would do that with him. I'm going to be with you. Tobey Maguire was not my favorite Spider-Man. He was not. He wasn't. But his character is always, I was always invested in his character. I was always invested in this. Though I didn't like, him always crying and whining. And I'm sorry, he cried too much. He cried too much. What I also liked about this Spider-Man is that he got his suit cut up. See how his suit got cut? He did in Spider-Man 1 and 2 and 3. He got messed up in this film. In all 3 films, he got messed up. His suit got messed up. It was cut. He was bleeding. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it shows you what a real superhero goes through. This is where he's fighting Thomas Hayden Church character and Topher Grace character, Venom. I just love it. Topher Grace, who plays Eddie Brock, who eventually becomes Venom, I'm not gonna lie to you, the Tom Hardy Venom is much better. It's much better. I did not care for Venom in this film. I didn't. I just cared for the Sandman, and if he was the only villain in this film, I would be happy. But they had to put 2 villains in the film. Again, not a fan of how they did Eddie Brock. I'm just not. Yeah, and I didn't like the special effects for it. Okay, I didn't like the special effects for this. But and as a whole, the special effects in this movie is brilliant. I recently just saw it on 4K digital UHD. I got it from Vudu. I got it on sale. And I saw it last night, so I'm reviewing it right now. Everything's fresh in my mind, so I always review movies that's fresh in my mind. And Spider-Man 3 to me, out of a 10 is a 9. That's right, a little controversial, but it's a 9. A 9 out of 10 for me. Because the way they built up the characters, the way that Harry and Peter fight, and it's nonstop in this film, guys. It's really nonstop. And it just builds it from Spider-Man 1 and 2. I'm here for it. I'm very here for this kind of build up of, movie art characters like that. Sam Raimi wasn't building only Spider-Man, he was building Peter Parker. And if a lot of these critics would get over, Venom was corny. Yeah, he was corny. But Sandman had a great background character. He was a criminal, not just hung out with the wrong people and had extreme bad luck. But in reality, Sandman was actually not a villain in this. He really wasn't a villain to me. It was just bad circumstances. But some people had, they went from the comic book. They never followed the comic book logic. Of course not, guys. They're never going to follow the comic book logic. The logic of comic books will always be with the fans. The fan theory will always be with the fans. The movie studios, and this came from Columbia, will never, ever follow it 100%. But this was, to me, close enough. I wish I went to see some theaters. I did not. The last movie I saw was Spider-Man 2 in theaters. And I have to say, I was not disappointed. I did see this movie on Blu-ray before, but I did not see it in 4K, but I didn't watch the whole thing. When it was Blu-ray, I was off and on in it. I don't remember what I was doing, but I didn't watch the whole movie. I just, yeah, I'm just staring at Venom, guys. I'm just staring at the photo. My favorite villain of all the Spider-Man series was the Green Goblin. I know a lot of people Dr. Octopus, not me. I love the Green Goblin. I love Spider-Man 1. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. Spider-Man 2, 9 out of 10, of course. You know what? No, Spider-Man 2 was a 10 out of 10. Spider-Man 2 was a 10 out of 10 because I went to theaters to see it, and I was not disappointed. I just love this villain arc of William Dafoe. I just love it. I wish they deleted some scenes, which I think that should have been Spider-Man 1, but again, that's a movie company, and I think the deleted scenes would have made Spider-Man 1 even better. Psst, right in the middle, guys, right in the middle. My little small head in the middle. My recommendation of Spider-Man 3, as I said before, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's not bad as people say it is. Please watch this movie for yourself without critics. And I suggest, this is my suggestion to you, please watch Spider-Man 1 first, Spider-Man 2, and then Spider-Man 3, and tell me if the arc of the movie characters is not beautifully written. It is beautifully written, guys. This movie is a great trilogy from Sam Raimi. Again, 2 movies get 10 out of 10. This movie gets 9 out of 10. Again, if you're going to watch it and you have never watched Spider-Man before, please watch Spider-Man 1 first, and then watch Spider-Man 2, and then watch this movie, Spider-Man 3. It's all in 4K. As you know, I'm not a digital, tech nerd. I don't care about that. There's also a lot of critics that said that the 4K didn't hold up to Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. That's a lie. This looks 100,000 more times better than the Blu-ray. And I saw all those movies on Blu-ray. The 4K version looks 1,000 times better. My final verdict, Spider-Man 3 gets a 9 out of 10, guys, a 9 out of 10. And if you haven't seen the first 2 Spider-Man, please see Spider-Man 1, 2 before you see 3. I highly recommend this. The movie man gives this thumbs up.